Hey, what's up, everyone? This is the one and only Mark Spencer, and folks, I've done so many of these reviews over the years. We're gonna call this one the MMA review. My name's Mark Spencer. I'm alongside Greg, my good friend, an analyst, and this guy is dying to get himself ready to go, and I'm all ready to go. Let's get it going, Greg. See what you have to say.
Hi. Hi, this is Greg, and we're going to talk about MMA. And I'm going to get back to Mark since he has more experience on the mic than I do. And we're going to talk about the real issues of MMA, the important stuff, what it takes to be an MMA star.
Thanks, Greg. Well, let me tell you, I'm not an MMA expert of biblical proportions, but the one thing that all the fans out there, Greg, want to know is what's the tough thing about MMA? What makes it so competitive out of all the other professional sports like boxing, kickboxing, like jiu-jitsu or whatever, all those other things that go in fighting? What's so great about it?
Well, the great thing about MMA is that it's all mixed martial arts, as the name implies. And the other great thing is that not only do you have to box, you also have to know kickboxing. At the same time, you have to know wrestling. And at the same time, you have to be a jiu-jitsu expert. So pretty much you have to be an all-around athlete. Mm-hmm. And no other sport, I believe, incorporates all that, such as MMA. Those other sports are only dedicated to one discipline, but MMA puts together all the disciplines all into one. And that's why I personally think MMA is the most exciting sport to watch. Myself, I personally don't watch anything else. I'm just MMA, you would say, crackhead. If you had to say, it would be my dope or my heroin or my nicotine. But that's why I think MMA is I think the top athletes in the world are in MMA because they have to incorporate all the skills of many other sports to compete. And I highly respect all the individuals that are managed to make it in the high ranks of MMA. So that's why I think MMA is so special. And there's nothing else in the world that compares. That's as exciting, as ferocious, and what can I say? It's the best of everything, in my point of view. Okay, back to you, Mark.
Well, Greg, there's passion in MMA, but it's not like a World Series or a Stanley Cup, Greg, where you're working as a team. MMA is so individual. You're conquering it. It's like boxing in a way, or street fighting in a way, but it's more individual, almost like tennis and golf in a way. Hey, Greg?
That's true, and myself, I'm more into the individual sports because it all depends on the individual what's the outcome. If you look at all the sports that are team-related, it's a team effort. But here, it's one-on-one, and if the guy loses, whose fault is it? It's not your team member's fault. It's your fault. So that's why I respect the individualism a lot in those MMA sports. I love team sports, but nothing brightens my day to see one-on-one competition. Back to you, Mark.
Yeah, man. I think I've got my fair dose of MMA there, Greg. Do you have anything you want to say to Dana White or even Gary Shaw in Elite XC or even Affliction Band Management? Any ideas you have for future broadcasts they put on their pay-per-views and even television in the future this coming fall?
Well, my ideas would be basically I love the UFC. I've watched it since the beginning. And my ideas would be basically if Dana White happened to see this recording, I would say to him, why, I remember in 1995, I must have been maybe 20 at the time, And I remember I watched the Ultimate. It was like the most exciting show I ever watched. The best fighters around the world got there in one competition in the center of the ring and went at it, and to figure out who was the best in the world. And who won? Dan the Beast Severn, one of my heroes at the time. now a UFC Hall of Famer. But what I would say is that I would say, why don't you bring the Ultimate back? Like, say, not call it the Ultimate 2. Say once a year, have a big promotion, put all the titles on the line, your lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, your light heavyweight, and heavyweight championships all on the line with the best contenders, and make that a 1 year like ultimate pay-per-view. I imagine the fans would go ecstatic for it. I imagine you would make lots of money, big promotion. It would be the best of the best. And as myself, I would even go and watch it live, because I really think the UFC has the best fighters on the face of the planet, bar none, and it's the best organization with the best promotion and the best people. So if Dana White, if you happen to see this, I would say, would you be able to put that together? Because I know the fans would love it, and I would personally go and see it, and I know millions of other people would go and see it, and whoever I've talked to, they're excited about that idea. Probably if you had this idea, but try to make it possible for all the MMA fans out there, such as myself. But really, my favorite MMA organization is the UFC. I've watched it from the beginning, and I'll watch it till the end. I haven't missed one pay-per-view. So if you see this, Dana White, thank you. You're doing a great job, and I love your organization. And thanks. Back to you, Mark.
Well, man, I've had a MMA kind of education today, folks. Greg, man, that's pretty amazing, man. I mean, you watched it from the beginning, from UFC 1. That's right. Oh, doubt, man. What do you think about the last Affliction pay-per-view, the first Affliction pay-per-view that Fedor Emelianenko took on Tim Sylvia? What's your thoughts on the future of Affliction and the clothing line with pay-per-views in the future?
Well, my thoughts of future of Affliction is it's going to definitely grow. They have like the best heavyweight fighters out there, and Fedor is probably known as the best heavyweight fighter of all times. I mean, he hasn't lost. He lost once because of a cut, and I don't know if there's anybody who can really beat him. So I personally think that Affliction is doing a great job putting the best heavyweights together. So if they keep doing what they're doing, getting the best heavyweight fighters, they'll definitely grow in popularity and make it into a big organization. It could be as popular as the UFC, just for the facts that they have the how you call it, the big household names. Yeah, the household names, yeah. Big fighters.
Your headliners.
The headliners.
Yeah,
the headliners or anything like that. So yeah, it's great. I mean, I didn't see the first Affliction, but I heard about the results, and yeah, it's really something. Those are pretty much my thoughts on it. Back to you, Mark.
Yeah, man, I think we're going to have to call it a show, folks. Time restrictions, I guess. Well, this is Mark Spencer for the MMA review. I guess Greg has a few thoughts. I'll see you next time, folks.
Well, this is Greg Campos, and yeah, we're going to have to call it a night. It's pretty late, and, got to go to bed. It's past the curfew. I won't be able to work properly tomorrow if I don't go to sleep. But anyway, that's our thoughts on MMA, and my first time on the show. Thanks, and I hope you guys enjoy my thoughts, and and come back again. I'll definitely have more thoughts on other things. So thanks a lot, and see you again. Bye.